Hello, everyone. I made it on. Hopefully, you guys will all be able to get on too. I was having some difficulties. Give me a second here. Have to answer my wife. There we go. Okay. She was picking me up some goodies, so she was asking me a quick question. Sorry about that. Let me. There we go. Get to the right place. And we're live. So hopefully at least a couple of you will be able to join me. We'll keep it brief. As soon as I see a couple people pop in. I have ES up on the screen here. I've got sort of a wide angle view so we can kind of see what's going on. Obviously, right now is when that White House press briefing is going on. So we're kind of waiting to see what type of action we might get out of the briefing. I'm sure it's still going on. I'm not watching it. We got this resting candle right here. I mean, we could potentially be looking at a combination 3-candle play, where you put these together. This is your resting candle, and if we take out the top here, we could look for a big move to the upside. However, right, if the perception of the news briefing is negative, then we could see this drop, maybe back down to the 20, maybe even all the way back down to opening price level. The 20 is sort of, you see this little pivot here on the move up today, up, down, pivot. Okay, and right now we're getting a little bit of pullback, but nothing major. Again, I think this is big money and a lot of retail traders just kind of waiting to see what the perception. Well, now it looks like we're trying to move lower. The perception is of this news conference. So let me do this. Let me come over here. Let's take a look. I've got some options up. I've been playing around with a bunch of little things here on my Trade-of-8. So let's look here. We're at 30, 50. It should be right here. Okay, so I'm going to watch these just in case, right? If we start to see, let me spread this out. If we start to see that it looks like the reaction is negative, then maybe we'll try to take some a put to the downside here, live trading if it looks like that. Down here at 51, let's find 51. 51, there's a lot of orders. To the upside, decent, right? Nothing out of the ordinary. So right now I'm just kind of watching. See if this is something. See, we have a couple of you in here. I mean, we've already taken out the spinning top. The only thing that concerns me is this level here at 51. Let's look here. So if I come over here, trade, we would be selling, or no, we would be buying. We would be buying. And we would be looking sort of at a mid price. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. You see this level right here. Let me bring it up on the screen. This level right here. Now, it doesn't mean anything. I tell you guys that all the time, right? Price could move down there and those orders just disappear, right? Because people could pull them or they could just get gobbled up if the sentiment is very, very negative. So right now, price just seems to be waffling kind of between like here and here, right in here, just going back and forth, back and forth. I guess I could come over here to Twitter real quick and let's see if anything news-wise. Scroll down through here. White House press secretary says additional federal assets will be deployed across the country in the wake of protest. All right, I wouldn't think that that would be very positive. Let's see if there's anything else. Nothing yet. Okay. Let's come back over here. So the only thing I see so far, and again, I'm not watching the press briefing. The only thing I see is that they're saying that they're willing to deploy more assets, sort of to fight or support the cities where the protesters are. I obviously I don't live in Atlanta. I live outside of Atlanta, but Atlanta is one of the cities that's had a lot of violent and destructive protests, unfortunately. But where I live, thank the Lord, we have not had anything where I'm at. We've had some peaceful protests where I'm at, but nothing violent. So again, I'm just watching here. Okay, I'm watching to see is there anything where price starts to move one direction or the other. I'm looking at my surroundings. Let me come back over here. Okay, so on the 30 and the 60 minute, we're red, but on the 4 hour and the daily, we're green. Okay, and the reason I have this wide view here is because I want to know where my obstacles are. Right, if it starts heading to the downside, potentially nothing down until here, except we already know, again, we know that we have a lot of orders sitting right here. So I'm going to kind of watch this. And where are we at? Kind of just sitting right in here right now. I'm surprised that it's not moving one direction or the other yet. Okay, now the orders are building right here. You see this? See how that number's going up? Okay. So there's a lot of people kind of right through here that have orders for sale. So obviously for price to plunge, it's got to eat up all those orders. That's why it just keeps waffling right in through here. If you look over here and then you look over here, I would say, doing some quick math, and again, you guys know I'm not good at quick math, there's probably more orders sitting over here than over here, but that doesn't mean that they can't get eaten up, right? Because if people think something's negative, then they're willing to, dive in. But right now, from 32.50 kind of up to this 53.75 area, price just keeps going back and forth, back and forth. I see messages popping up on my phone. I'm just making sure it's not you guys or my wife, but it's neither, so not that important. Now, before I was able to get on here live, there were a lot of orders sitting right here at 30.53. They obviously got chewed up, okay, because that's how we've been able to kind of get down. What's the low over here? The low is 30.52.25. So we've been this low. This is one of these ones where you know, you kind of got a gut feeling that they're gonna pull it back. You know, they're gonna bring it down. Let's see here. Bid offer. Looks like we're starting a new 30-minute candle. Kind of watching it over here. I can see it in the shadows here. I don't know if I got in. Let's see here. I got to go to position. Okay, yep, I'm in. Now let's see if we get any kind of downside movement. Right here, you can see my position. I'm slightly green right now. It shows you where I got in at. I got filled at 385. Okay, what I would hope to see, what I'd like to see is a move down here to about the 20. But we're going to pay attention, right? Because if it starts going the other way, then I'll have to get out. I'm just going to watch it for now. Okay. Still kind of waffling in this area here. Good thing is this is an expiration day. So I'm watching. I'll make it a little bit bigger so everybody can see it. Move it over like that. There we go. Okay. So I'm down 30 bucks. I'm not going to let it go too much further if it doesn't start to reverse. Right? Because we want small losses. And I have no idea. I could go back to Twitter here. Let's see if anything else is being said. Nope. Nothing new yet. So let me come back over here. Says there's just a couple of you in here. I don't know who's in here, but we're trying to see if we can go short here. Just kind of watching it. Again, you see how it's bouncing up and down, up and down. Obviously, we want it to go this direction. There's no guarantees. The movement today has been fairly positive, right? Let me show you. Okay, here's where we opened up. Okay, this was as low as we came, and then we had nice structure. Let me just do it like this. Okay, opened up here, came down to here, and then we made nice structure on the way up. So are we going to continue up? That is the question. Now I'm short right now, so I'm watching it down here. Don't want to go too much. So This is one of those tricky ones, right? Because in your mind, you're saying, what could they possibly say that would be positive compared to what the weekend was like, right? You know, they already said they're willing to commit more assets. Well, in other words, they mean troops. Okay, that's not positive. Okay, but still, right? We've had positive action today up until this point right here. So we'll see. The only problem too, right now, I'm in an option, right? I'm not in a standard contract right now. Standard contract, it just depends on the movement. Option, time comes into play. This is an expiration day. So I want to see something happen fairly quick, or I might just get out anyway. Because premium will be burning against me no matter what. Even if it just slowly starts to go my way, premium is against me. So I need it to move quickly. If it moves quickly, right, then that could work in my favor. All right, so it's come back a little bit. As you can see, I was 37.50 in the negative. I'm 27.50 in the negative. It's only helped me by 10 bucks. So nothing major. And now it's moving back up again. Just this is one of those ones where I got to be careful here. You know, I assume, and you know what happens when you assume. I assumed, okay, I'm more than I feel comfortable. I'm at 50. I'm going to go ahead and exit here, I think. Let me just watch over there real quick. If it starts coming back down, but if it goes up any more, I'm getting out. Okay, I'm out. Okay, so what I meant was I was at $50 right here. And so if it started to go any more to the upside. Now, do I reverse and try to go long? That's the question. Okay, let me see what that would look like. We're at 55 right now. So I'd be looking at 60. We can try it. Wait a minute here. Let me look. So I'm looking at the numbers. Is there anything really negative one way or the other? Like a big wall somewhere? I don't see any. Okay. All right, we're going to try it long. So we reversed. We saw that price is moving back up. I am on the 30-minute, and this is purely a play of momentum. Okay, this was not. I was taking a candle signal. Okay, I know that they're speaking right now. I know there's a press conference. It may be close to being over. I was expecting we were going to see a lot of negative pressure. We didn't. Okay, so price started to move in a positive direction. And again, what have we been doing today? Move up, structure pullback. Move up, structure pullback. Okay, that's what it looks like. So right now, we're going to see if we get any upside movement. Let me come back over here for just a second. Okay, so we know, okay, what do we need to look for? Obstacles, right? We know we have a level here. We know we have this wick, which was a pivot, but this here would just be a normal structure pivot, not like having some great big move up and then great big move down. That kind of a pivot would be totally different. Okay. So right now, price, I can watch it on here and then flip back over. Let me do this because this makes it easier for you guys to see. All right, and I can stretch it out. Bring it back over. Okay. All right, so again, I'm doing this because I'm trying to get a view of if this starts to go this way or starts to go that way, what am I looking for? Well, if we get up here and take this out, we've already taken this out. Okay, we've already filled this gap. We don't have to worry about that. Okay, the next thing would be this wick right here, and then this pivot is the kind of pivot I'm talking about. Strong move up, strong move down. So where would that be? Around 63, 30, 63. Now it's if we start getting to move that way. We take that out, we could really start to get going to the upside. Now, is that going to happen? I'm not saying that's going to happen. Again, I'm giving the scenarios. I'm giving the scenarios. Right now, we're still just kind of sitting in that area like where I entered. Right? We want to see this get up here and take this out up here. Okay. Let me come back over. Okay, we're down $10, and again, that's mainly premium burn because we're from a price perspective, we're actually higher. I think I entered at either, I think it was either 3045475 or 3055. Right there was the price. Okay, now the premium I entered at was right here. Okay, $2.35. So again, time, because this is an expiry day, is against me. You know, I want to see something start to happen, right? I want it to be quick. If I get a quick move, I might be able to make a few dollars. If it just diddles, even if it moves up, if it just diddles up and down, up and down, up and down, that's not good, especially on an expiry day. Okay, let me do this. Let me come over here, trade. We would be selling. We got in at 235. Okay, so it is moving our direction. Okay, here's the offer, here's the bid. But we need it to happen faster. We'd like to see a nice green spike is what we would like to see. Okay, we are green now. So literally just moving from here to there made us green. So if, again, it's all about momentum here when you're playing options. So the difference between standard contracts and options, if I was in a standard contract right now, I would just set my stop somewhere, and I don't care if it just sits there and diddles and then slowly moves my direction. With options, I need that to start to happen, right? What time is it? It's 2:44. Okay, so our buddy Nail always talks about the quarter till the top of the hour. So like 1:45, 2:45, 3:45. He says that algos kick in during those times. And sometimes you'll see a spike in price. So that should be happening right about now, if it's going to happen. But according to him, it doesn't always happen. Okay, so as of right now, we're still just back and forth, back and forth. Seen somebody I follow earlier today, back near the beginning of the day, they said they thought we were going to hit 3070 today, which is right here. Obviously not out of the realm of possibility, right? If price got moving. And then they believe that we're going to hit 3100 either tomorrow or sometime this week, which again is not out of the realm of possibility. That would only be, 45 bucks from where we're at now. All right, one big spike, we could do that. But so far, he's been fairly spot on, right? Because let's see, where did we start? We started here. Okay, here was our 930 candle. And the move has been to the upside. And again, like I said, if we got some kind of decent movement, we probably could see the 3070 that he said that he thought we would see today. Again, for me, doesn't matter, right? I'm not trying to say we're going to 3070, we're going to 3000, we're going to, I have an idea of where we might go based on previous price action, but you trade the price action. You trade the price action. Man, come on. Let's get some momentum here. See, scalping's not as glamorous as everybody thinks it is, right? They think you're just constantly doing this. Sometimes you are, right? Sometimes you are. My initial trade this morning that I posted in the room, 125 bucks in 41 seconds. Okay? You like those kind of trades. Where are we at time-wise? Okay. Now, the one good thing about being in options later in the day, although time is against you, these options are super cheap. So like if something disastrous would happen, it's not going to cost me that much, right? So on the options here, let me come back. Well, I guess I could. It does look like Tradeovate allows you to put stops on options. So some platforms don't let you put mechanical stops on any futures. Some only let you put them on standard contracts and not options. And then it looks like here they allow you to do it on both. So, man, I don't understand what the hang up is right here. Because if you look at the numbers, so, okay, there we go. Now we're possibly breaking through. We've just been hanging up here at 30, 55, 50 for quite a while, and there's not big numbers there. Now, what that can tell you, okay, again, why you can't necessarily trust level 2 or the DOM, the depth of market, is because there can be hidden buyers and sellers. So sometimes if you get to a level and you're not seeing numbers that would say, hey, we should be stalling here, Okay, like we were right there for a little while at 30, 55, 50, there could be hidden buyers or sellers. Right? So a hidden buyer would be gobbling up whatever's offered there, and that's why, you know, or a hidden seller, vice versa, if you're going the opposite direction, could just keep flooding orders out there and you don't see them, and you're like, hey, why is price not moving? Okay, and there are a lot of pros. I said this before. I might have said it on Friday's telecast live stream. There's a lot of pros that only trade with hidden orders. Now you pay extra for that. You pay to have your orders hidden. I don't, so I'm not sure what the fee is, but some of the pros feel like there's an advantage to doing that. Okay, price crawling our direction. I need it to go, right? Okay, and remember, I know if we get through here, the next obstacle was 3063. I remember it in my mind. Okay, 3063 was the next one. Okay, right now I don't see anything. Like there's no huge numbers over here. There's no huge numbers over here. So right now we're just kind of at a state of equilibrium, right? Where there's about the same amount of buyers and sellers and they both have about the same aggressiveness. And remember, it's about aggressiveness, okay? Because it's always equal, right? There's always one buyer and one seller. But it's when there's more people willing to buy or sell higher or lower that moves price. So we just keep ticking up a little bit, a little bit. I'm just hoping that one of these levels we'll see a pop. And if we see a pop, then I'll probably just try to get out, right? I'm in the green, just slightly more, but nothing exciting. Again, this is because price is just barely moving. Even though it's going my direction, it's barely moving. Okay, we got a little bit less than 8 minutes. All I have to do is look up here, just a little over 7 minutes to go on this 30-minute candle. Okay. And what I mean by a pop is I want to see a pop of like a couple of bucks. We just had a pop of about 50 cents there, and I got excited just because of how slow the action's been. All right, things are starting to pick up. You see how the numbers are changing faster? Okay, that means action's picking up. Doesn't necessarily mean anything one way or the other, one direction or the other. And it's probably because we're getting up here near the top of this. So a lot of times when you're kind of in these zones over here, price will move slower. And when you get towards a pivot or some kind of breakthrough area like a double top or a double bottom, things like that, you'll see action start to pick up. Okay, more orders flooding in and out of the market, and you'll see the DOM starting to move. Come back over here. Okay, so right there, 235 is where I entered. Right now, that's the offer. Okay, we did get up to 265. Okay, I mean, I know like if we got a pop, this price would go up in a hurry. But we got to get it. We have to get the pop. Less than 5 minutes on this candle. They definitely don't want it to go the other direction. See how that one little move, it was only about a 50-cent move, but it happened quick. And it took me from $15 in the green to $2.50 in the red. Hopefully what's going to happen is near the end of this candle, we'll see action pick up. And obviously at this point, I'm wanting it to go long because I'm in long. Okay, slightly green again. None of that really means anything right now. Slightly red, slightly green. You see, they have it on Central Time up here because that's not my setting. That's because that's what the CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, trades off of. So we're just where I'm at in the Eastern Time zone. We're an hour ahead of that. All right, so we're getting down to a couple of minutes to go on this candle. Let me come back over here real quick. Okay, so as you can see, everything's green, 30, 60, 4-hour, daily. All right, so there's a lot of things in my favor, but again, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go your way. Okay, so we have higher time frame agreement here. We've been trending up. We've been putting in levels of structure along the way, which is healthy because that allows for profit taking. We've already filled the gap. I'm just trying to give you some of the positives of going long. Okay, so we've already filled the gap. Okay, now look, we went right up. We went right up to our level of resistance. You see that? And then we kind of pulled back a little bit. Let me get back over to the Trade-of-8. So it's the level of resistance is 305725. $305725. That's the resistance level. Okay, so here we go, 45 seconds. And we'll be heading into power hour. I'm not going to keep you guys on a whole lot longer. Was hoping to see a trade go our direction. Okay, we obviously had a stop out. Okay, 50 bucks, not huge, right? 37.50 is really what I shoot for, but we were kind of on that edge. You know, we were down here kind of on that edge of where we're going to drop and maybe come down here, but then we reversed up. So not the end of the world. Keep your losses small. All right, here comes our new candle. So this is our candle into power hour. And remember, this 305725, that is the resistance level. So if we get above that, that's a good sign. And then our high of day is 3059. And you see we got a few more orders sitting there. Okay, we went plus 20 to the green there. Come on. Let's get a little pop here. So it's hanging out right now. It's hanging out right around that level. You know, if I come back over here, see where it's at? Okay, we want it above here, which would be high of day, 3059. If we get above that, we're already above that, we could then see that spike up over here, which is right up around 30, up to here was 3063. This one is 3061.50 would be that one. Okay, so we're watching. Okay, my profit's climbing a little bit. That's a good sign. Okay, we know what we need to get through, which is right there. Hang on, somebody's at the door. Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. My wife and kids were coming home, and I think one of the kids may have locked the door, and my wife had her hands full. All right, so here we are. We're still struggling, right, with that level, that 305725. So if I come back over here, see, we're right there. Support and resistance, right? Support and resistance. But we know, again, if we could just get up there, okay, we know what the potential is that we could pop maybe $3 to $5, something like that. Who knows? Could be even higher, right? But we haven't been up to test this pivot yet. That's the only thing that would make me nervous about trying to go through it, because we haven't tested it yet. It was strong up, strong down. All right, so let's come back over here. All right, trying to move to the upside. Okay, 290, 285, 3. Okay, I can see it over here. I don't know if you guys can. It's kind of in the shadows. Trying to see if we're going to get this pop or not. So I can leave that there for now. And we'll see right here. I know that's small for you guys, but I'm trying to show you the whole screen here. We keep going right up to 3058. And there is a ton of orders there. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Maybe. All right, so it's backing up now. And we're out. Okay, so went against us. It got right up there. You see that? And then it went against us. So now what we got to watch for is, does it come down here and take this out, right? I'm not interested in anything else unless it would get down to here, or if it takes this out. So those would be the two plays that I would consider, right? So those of you who are on here, that's what I would be looking for. Can we take out our high of day, which is 3059, or let's see what the low is here, 3051.50. If we take that out to the downside, and then you'd really only be looking to scalp to here, which be decent, be about $6, or to the upside, you know, you've got somewhere around $3 to $5 before you would be looking to exit to that side. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Come back over here. Okay, and I'll actually come in a little bit closer there. Okay, so that's where we're at, right here, and we know our obstacles are here and here. Okay, and so far we have not been able to get through that. Okay, we came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, right? So far, this level has acted as some pretty stiff resistance. So that's what you guys should be watching for. I will see you in the room. And as always, thank you for your support, and we'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye.